final orc. And there it is, OTK. Boom! Hey everyone, it's Armor Gaming. Welcome back to the channel and welcome to Monster Legends. Welcome to an exclusive first look at the brand new Dark Monster, Kaladin. If I remember correctly, this is going to be a frat monster. Huge shout out to SP for giving me everything I need to make this monster. The design looks really cool, I gotta say right now. SP provided the monster. All the cells need to take this monster rank 5. Any gems I use will be reimbursed. And they also provided the food to feed this monster all the way to level 150. Awesome, so he jumps up into the air, attacks a single monster, and slash. So Kaladin, this orc was repudiated by his tribe because of the size right after his birth, so he was raised at the Light Kingdom. As Kaladin grew up, it became clear that you can take an orc out of his tribe, but he'll still be an orc. He was aggressive and loved sharp objects, so in order to channel his violence, he took a job that was perfect for him, Executioner. Okay, so it is Kaladin, like Paladin. Let's take a look at the traits. So you have the Orc trait, status effects have a 25% less accuracy against it. You have an immunity to bleed, and then you have a status caster True Vision. So yeah, none of these new monsters, in terms of traits, really impressed me. So we gotta see if maybe some of the later monsters are more impressive. But I don't think there was any standout traits this time around from these first 6 monsters of Season 3. I do love the design on this monster of all of them. It's like half dragon, half orc. Off with your heads, removes 100% total life from one enemy, 50% total life from all enemies, and 100% stamina from itself. So it's an instant kill ultimate. Alright, how does this monster compare to the other monsters in the game? Let's find out. So it's sorted by life stat right now. This monster is towards the lower end. Titled out of Jaeger Year-End, the exclusive bounty hunt monster. Darmith, Viziel, Silkara, and Thundork. So what is that? 122,148, a little below average, but not a big deal. In terms of power stat, this monster hits pretty hard with a power stat of 10,593. Overall, that puts this monster in 8th place. The stat itself, though, you can see is pretty high because Lord Inheritor has the highest. Then these 3 monsters are tied. Then we have this this unique one, and then we have 2 monsters with 10,615. So yeah, he hits pretty hard. But in terms of a speed stat, oh, you know what? That's not too bad. This monster has a unique speed stat of 7,656. And the average is 7,740, so he's a little below average, but again, when it comes to attackers, the main thing that matters is the power stat, so pretty high power stats, and then the life stat, it's not the worst, right? There's, how many monsters are there so far? There are only, oh wow, there's only 31 monsters so far, and this monster is in 23rd place, 22nd place. Alright, not bad, let's see the skills. Strong Grip deals moderate direct damage to one enemy, applies bleed to one enemy. 10 stamina, we don't see that too often. But 10 stamina, 0 cooldown, applies bleed. Sharp Focus, a metal-based attack, deals low metal and applies True Vision. It is spammable. Okay, S/, deals moderate dark damage, applies precision to all of your allies, increased accuracy for everyone. So you deal damage and you set up for everyone else. Bloodthirst gives 100% stamina, double damage, and a 3-turn death countdown to itself. Requires cooldown. So you buff someone, you give them... I don't think I like this because you... I mean, yeah, you have monsters that can... I don't think you have... Do we have any monster that gives 100% stamina and double damage? I don't think so. The drawback is that 3-turn death countdown, but you can probably cleanse that away rather easily. So, overall, I don't like it, just because that death countdown, in case something happens where, I don't know, maybe you get immobilized, Mega Freeze, Mega Possession, then you can't cleanse that curse countdown, and then you basically hurt yourself just to give someone double damage. But if you want to run as a support base and the death countdown doesn't matter to you, I guess that's fine. Not to mention, since you have the orc trait, you do have a 25% chance that the death countdown doesn't land on you. But it's weird. Cutthroat deals very heavy dark damage to one enemy, applies bleed and 3-turn death countdown to one enemy. So very strong attack that also applies bleed and a curse countdown. I will say, if you've ever taken on like a Garnixel, once you've eliminated like the Slumster or the ally that can cleanse, this is a really good way to take him down, right? Because Garnixel has no way to cleanse that by himself, so potentially useful even if you can't just like slaughter the enemy right away, like OTK it. Skullcracker deals moderate metal damage, removes shield and applies vulnerable to enemies. I really wish I would have removed the shield first, because with Skullcracker you're wasting your attack first. Maybe you destroy the shield, but then you remove shields and then you apply vulnerable. I wish this could have been the other way around. So I'm not feeling it too much, although I am noticing a lot of these new monsters are doing lots of vulnerable. Look, there's more. Applies vulnerable to an enemy and bleed hater to itself. This is potentially going to be a good monster to use in future bounty hunts, right? Once SP gets rid of all the bugs and glitch exploits. Hey, set up vulnerable, bleed hater. You can run this monster with what is it? Tsulka, and then they can both be bleed hater monsters together. And then Nosebreaker deals heavy dark damage to one enemy, removes shield from one enemy, applies bleed to one enemy, requires cooldown. I love the monster design. As far as the monster itself, though, I'm not too impressed, if I'm being honest. Yeah, I can tell you right now, this is definitely not going to be a meta monster. And we go back to the typical attacker relic setup of a sword and a mask. This is why Chieftain impressed me with the Mr. Beast Spanner. Since he's an attacker, I guess we can just do Burnt Blood, add a Boiling on top of whatever he can do. I already forgot, did he have AoEs? He should have an AoEs. So Cutthroat is your strong attack. Okay, he has one AoE, the shield one. Skullcracker, the shield removal vulnerable. Oh no, he has two AoEs, S-Slash. Honestly, it might be worth it to do Skullcracker, vulnerable, and then follow it up with S-Slash. Nosebreaker deals heavy dark damage, removes shield. Why does everything remove shields after dealing damage? Nosebreaker, vulnerable to an enemy, bleed hater. I mean, I'm trying to think, like, you have plenty of monsters, like, even, you have plenty of monsters that do dots, so you can land a bleed. You can run Hidden Shiv on a monster. That could work out. Maybe like Zola Ignite, Hidden Shiv. You need someone to cleanse first. I'm trying to think what would work out really well. But even then, vulnerable and bleed hater to itself, so it's a setup. Again, you could make it work. I'm not the biggest fan of it though. Moderate dark damage, bleed. Deals heavy dark damage, removes shield, applies bleed. If you want to pull off the bleed hater, I'm just not feeling the monster. Let's say you do like butter, apply vulnerable. Okay, so assuming we do this skill set, attacker setup, so 2 strength and a speed. So let's give him 9s if I have 9s. Yeah, we'll give him 9s. Let me just find them and let me figure out a team with him. Okay, we're gonna try something interesting, and we're gonna do a non-Megaton build. Ideally, I should move runes around a lot, but we're just gonna see if it works. So we're running Hidden Shiv on my Zool, so that'll apply the bleed. 23k, 23-1, 23-6. So ideally, I should be slower. Alright, and we'll see if it works. I should run the team evasion skill in case I need to cleanse. So not that, but hate suppression. We'll see whether this works, whether it's a fail. Let's run Pain Distiller because I might need to just cleanse those negative effects. Well, yeah, we'll see if we can make it work. Where is Pain Distiller? But I can tell you right now, not a meta monster. Monster design is great enough, but the monster itself, I think it's, again, fun potentially for bounty hunt. But for PvP and even wars, I don't think it's a monster worth investing in. If you disagree with me, I would love to hear your opinion though. Let me know in the comments below. But let's get into it. Because in PvP, you're always going to run into Megatons. So you need to cleanse that, right? Oh gosh. What do I have? Positive effect evasion, damage mirror. I do have positive effect protection. That's pretty cool. I would have to do You Have Too Much. Alright. Ricky's. Alright, that's fine. I still have evasion. So we end with this. Everyone has bleed. And then I can turn transfer next turn. The double damage would be a waste. But let's see what I can land. Remove negative effects. Skill mirror. Oh, that's actually kind of cool. So we're going to do the double damage. Just because then I can do remove shields, applies vulnerable. I can vulnerable everyone, cutthroat. Vulnerable to Fruit Taster since he's tanky. Bleed hater to myself. Alright. Well, he's immune to torture, so I can't even bleed him. But let's go agony. So Hidden Shiv. It didn't even land. It didn't even land. It landed on him. It didn't land on you. And you're immune to it. But, but Skullcracker after that. No, Cutthroat. Oh yeah, well I have the bleed hater already, so now my attack is stronger. So Skullcracker, and then Burn Blood for dot damage and everything. Yeah, I don't know if it's worth all the hassle just for that bleed hater combo. Again, potential bounty hunt monster. Then turn transfer. I still have that bleed hater. If they're still alive, they're still bleeding. And then bam. Well, he had vulnerable, so it doesn't even matter at that point. I didn't need the triple damage. But yeah, that's a This is only a 130, and he took on some pretty tanky monsters with that proper setup. And again, ideally with this team, I can just switch the runes around to fit the situations I would normally find myself coming into. But again, there's always Megaton status caster monsters that you got to deal with. Ooh, nice. Nice. Alright, we're going to do You Have Too Much again. There we go. Ricky's Assault. Snitchbrand. Ouch. I don't even want to set up Bleed this time around. Too risky. Let's see what I get. Damage increase. Double damage. I'm just going to save myself Evasion. And then I would just probably do Skaw, Cutthroat. That's powerful without needing anything. But let's see if we can set it up again. Who is the tankiest? 500k. He might even set up a shield. There's the shield. Again, I do remove shields, but after I deal damage. Let's do... So I have the Bleed Hater. Now I just need them to bleed. What do I do? Vulnerable. I'm sure I can cycle into some crazy stuff. So let's start with Agony. Alright, Ignite. I hope he doesn't cleanse. Yeah, he cleansed. Of course he cleansed. Alright, damage boost. Something else. Scale Mirror. I guess we Evasion. Implosion. I don't know. Together, my friends. Alright, just a powerful attack now. So, boom. And then, yeah. I mean, again, he's just an attacker at the end of the day. There's nothing too special about him. Revival, Ricky's Assault, Snitchbrand. I'll just attack. I probably shouldn't have attacked just to let him shine more. But yeah, we will on to the next one. I think I'm just gonna take him to rank 5 and we'll mess around with the monsters. Okay, so overall, again, that Bleed Hater mechanic, while it's usable, for PvP purposes, it's honestly doing too much, I would say. So you don't need it. If anything, I think I would just Skullcracker, set up an AoE vulnerable, and follow it up with another AoE skill like S-Slash. I think that's a mechanic you can pull off. And then other than that, you just have 2 strong single attacks. You don't really need the rest. So there, he's 150. We're just using these skills. I really don't know what else to do. So let's go with our typical Megaton build. So Megaton, Pango. Let's try using one of the new monsters. We can do Weirdika, triple damage buff. We can try that. She can apply vulnerable. So this is probably going to be more of a showcase of her again. Let's give her a way to recover stamina. Let's give her the Master Staff. We took that away from her in the first place. So let's try this out. Burn Blood. Yeah, we can keep that because the enemies are going to be vulnerable. They can be bleeding. They can be burnt blood. And I think this monster will be okay. But you're really not going to invest in him. You're not going to use him too much, even though he's a frat monster. Yeah, I'm not really seeing it. So we are going to do... And I should probably make myself slower just so I can overlap. Let's do the Orc Tranquilizers. Alright, so my next attack is going to be powerful against him. I could even do a direct-based attack. That won't matter. Alright, look at that. Cutthroat, Skaw, Nose, S-Slash. Let's do Skullcracker then with Burnt Blood damage and then all the dots. They would honestly all die at this point. Kevlar Vest, all that doesn't matter. And then I can for the Horde and make sure they'd all die. But we don't need to see them die. Let's do that. So let's switch my runes up to where I am a team speed holder, so I get overlapped by Weirdika. Let's do that. So let's go team. Let's go life. Whatever. Alright, fight. Let's do this. Again, the design is the coolest, I think, that I've seen this season. Alright, let's fight. And what happens? So look at that. Turn order. It is glorious. There's actually no... There's actually... Wow. There's no Megaton monsters, so I'm going to triple damage right away. Because they're not going to get through Pango. Maybe I should get rid of Mudbody for these showcases, because that's hurting the enemies a lot. I'm going to assume Ryclops... Well, Ryclops and Emerald Lothura should be able to res. Root Slam. Rhizome. I hope they're able to res. Alright. For the Horde, they have Vulnerable. It didn't land on her. They do revive. Awesome. So S-Slash, OTKs, Skullcracker, OTKs. Let's slow this down. Let's do the stronger one. I believe it's... Oh, they're both 40 damage. Wow. I thought one of them was weaker. But let's do Skullcracker. Look at that. 815,000 damage. And if I wanted to, I could run all 3 strength runes. But again, we're just rocking the 2 strength and a life. Just because I don't want to swap everything around. Alright, let's get into the next one. I guess I can keep the Mudbody on Pango since we can just see damage output. And I think I've dropped too much to where now I am just easily OTKing everyone. What do you have? Barkhide, I can deal with that. Triple damage. I don't even need a vulnerable them. But you know what? It's a good showcase of how much damage I can deal. So let's... Oh my gosh, Colonel Pip, guys. Colonel Pip, OP. Did you guys see that? Colonel Pip is OP. Alright, Orc Tranquilizer. Didn't even land. Alright, Cutthroat. Slow this down. How much damage is it? 1.5 mil, but keep in mind that was a 130 Pango. Alright guys, we will do one more attack and that'll be it for this monster. Let's click fight and let's see what he can do. Let's hope it's a good last battle. It is a 132 Shelly and two 150s. Strength on Fruit Taster, I will never understand. They must have been swapping runes around. Alright, so first things first. Orc Tranquilizer, bye-bye, and vulnerable. Stolen Vitamins, that is fine. We are gonna triple damage. I'm assuming Shelly can res. Alright. Final Orc. And there it is. OTK. Boom! What a way to end. Alright guys. I thoroughly hope you enjoyed this exclusive first look on Kaladin. Overall, great monster design. But at the end of the day, he's just kind of a basic attacker. Potentially good for bounty hunts. You can see in the next event, again, just because of that Bleed Hater mechanic, you partner up with anyone running Hidden Shiv. The monster will do Hidden Shiv. Maybe the AI will do the Bleed Hater on turn 1. And then with Tuska, I think it's Tuska. I don't even know the names anymore. Let's see. Boom, boom. Where are you? Where are you? You're rank 4. Yeah, it is Tuska. Cool. Tusk 4, maybe this one, because this one, the AI always does Night Hunt. So Bleed Hater, you have two monsters doing triple damage, and then they do the other attacks. That could work out. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Let me know what you guys think about Kaladin in the comments below. Thank you very much, and remember to subscribe.